So let us see the top 10 tips for improving your cooking. This video can be useful for normal cooks, not chefs and all, professional chefs and all, because I am not going to give high standard knowledge. So these are the small tips who are actually cooks in home, cooks at home, homemakers. Number 10, throw away your microwave. The microwave is good for one thing only, defrosting, and even that can be done just as easily by putting something in the refrigerator one day before you need it, so it can defrost gently. So that is the one tip. Number 9, read the recipe. If you are using a recipe, read it twice from beginning to end before you start doing any cooking. So often we skim a recipe and then in our hurry we neglect certain steps. By reading the recipe twice, you are less likely to skip a step, which can result in this disaster. Next, number 8, make a list. If you are cooking a meal with multiple components, such as roast chicken with vegetables, it can be very helpful to write a list of what you need to do and when. Number 7, use wine. Wine can add a lot of flavor to a meal. If you are braising meat, for example, in a pot roast, pour in some wine. This can the alcohol content left after cooking is not enough to make this an adults only meal. Next, number 6, use fresh herbs. Dried herbs have little or no flavor. This tip alone can transform bland food into masterful food. You can either grow your own herbs or you can buy them fresh from the supermarket. Number 5, use plenty of salt. Forget everything you have been told about salt and health. If you want to eat good food, you need to use plenty of salt. A real pinch of salt involves using two fingers and a thumb, not the forefinger and thumb. People have been frightened of using salt by government advertisements, and it is ridiculous. Number 4, use butter. Butter is fundamental in good cooking. When you fry a steak, you should always fry it in butter. Butter so adds a flavor to anything and can also be used as a thickener. Number 3, make a sauce. They say that a good sauce is the difference between a cook and a chef. Sauces are extremely easy to make, and you should almost always prepare a sauce to go with your meals. If you have fried If you have fried meat in a frying pan, leave the heat on and pour some wine into the pan. Then scrape all the bits off the bottom and cook until the wine has evaporated by half. Next, number 2, use good ingredients. Fresh ingredients make all the difference. Vegetables and meat bought from small producers such as local farms is even better. Supermarkets have strict requirements about the appearance of food and very little concern about taste. The last one is taste a lot. Tasting is the most important part of cooking. You must constantly taste what you are cooking as you cook it. This is true even of things like hamburgers. So these are the top 10 tips to improve your cooking styles in order to get tasty delicious.